Hey everybody, Chris Masto here. I wanted to upload a video talking about my kind of current project, or at least one of them. If you saw the last video I put up about the LED matrix lamp with the pixel blaze, this is kind of a follow-on to that. A bit of it's kind of repetitive, but essentially what I wanted to do, just for fun, well, I guess I had reasons as well, but mostly for fun, is I thought it would be actually, let me recap slightly first of all. Okay, so there's a guy on the Glowforge laser cutter forum, Mark 14, posted this design for this LED matrix lamp, and I ended up making one. So he posted the files so other people could make them. I actually redesigned the lamp, or I would say redrew it. It's exactly the same as his, but I created it from scratch in Fusion 360, both as a learning exercise and so that I could change some of the parameters slightly to make the tabs and slots fit better with the wood that I was using. So anyway, that's the video. I already covered that in my previous video. And for that, I ended up using this guy over here. This is a Pixel Blaze board. These are really cool. It's an LED strip or matrix driver that is programmed in JavaScript, so you can write code to do these different patterns. If I can do my mouse and phone at the same time, yeah. So this is kind of what the interface looks like, and so you can go in here and you can choose various different patterns, and then you can cause them to run on there, and you can go in and edit the code. So it's all JavaScript and it's live. So what's really awesome is you just type something in here, and as soon as you type a character, it re-uploads it to the thing and it starts running. So very great way to prototype, and I guess, to run these as well. But this thing I think costs about $20-25, something like that, which is an awesome deal. But I started thinking about this, and I was like, I wonder what I could do, to not use a $25 controller. There's a lot of different things out there. I actually have a pile of these because I was going to do a whole video series. I still might, but there's things like Espruino, there's things that run CircuitPython, all these different boards, and they all have libraries for talking to these WS2812 or other types of common LED, smart LEDs. So anyway, I was going to do this whole video series. It's going on longer than I wanted, as always. And the first thing I started playing around with was just an Arduino. Let me try the libraries out there and stuff. And then I kind of went from there to like, well, why do I need all the Arduino? Why don't I just use the microcontroller that's in the Arduino? At least in the Uno, it's an ATmega328p. So this is kind of the point of this video. It took me 3.5 minutes to get there, but so what we've got going on here is on the bottom, this strip here, this matrix here, is connected to the Pixel Blaze, and that's running the Pixel Blaze code. This one here, you might be able to see, is connected to a plain old chip. So the only thing on that breadboard, aside from the reset button and connections to it, is the ATmega328p. So I just for funsies, I wanted to see how I could run this whole thing off of a single microcontroller with no supporting circuitry. I was going to try, to get them cheaper and cheaper, down to like the, under $1 area. I mean, I think these things cost about $3, so that's still pretty good. So you can buy an ATmega328p for $3, and so this whole thing is controlled off a $3 chip, no components at all. Now, of course, when I put the boards together for real, there are a few things that are missing. Just some passives that ought to be on there for more reliable operation. But for the purpose of making a fun little demo, I thought, single chip, nothing else. And so in order to do this, I've been spending my spare time porting. In fact, you can see this is now running the same pattern that cycles after a minute. I've been porting my JavaScript code over to run on the ATmega328p, which has been fun because it's really amazing that we have the technology here that this guy is running this code that can compile. Well, it doesn't compile the JavaScript, interpret the JavaScript, and it's got a ton of memory. And it runs a function for every single pixel, for every single frame, written in a high-level language. And whereas we're going backwards a little here on the capabilities side with the ATmega328p. It only has 2K of RAM. In particular, that is a challenge. And then with no external oscillator, it's running at 8 megahertz. That's not as much of a challenge. But anyway, trying to squeeze all this stuff to run in less RAM, and of course having to program it in fairly low-level C, it's a challenge, but it's also fun. So that's the idea there. So we got, I've been using the Arduino IDE just because I'm like, why not, right? I'm kind of lazy. So got a bunch of stuff up there. I just pushed the code to GitHub. It's ugly. I'm doing this for fun. I'm not spending a lot of time trying to make it nice. So yeah, that's the general idea. I figured I'd walk through some of these, maybe some of these patterns. I did wire up a reset button, and I have it sort of pick a random starting point. Yeah, so this one here is one I call bounce, and I'll just do the same one on the bottom. So essentially the same concept. There are places where obviously implementation details differ between the two. So let's see if I reset it, what else we can get there. I think that's blink fade, yeah. So there we go. Again, pretty similar between the two. See what the luck of the random does. That's another bounce. That's another bounce. Another blink fade. Come on, do something more interesting. There we go. Yeah, this was one of the ones I implemented. Called it sinus. Similar idea here. Seem to have started in a different direction, but more or less same idea. And then on and on. I don't know if it's worth going through all these, especially since I have to keep luck of the draw. Yeah, so that one's here's the same one there. Totally different code, same idea, different platform. So yeah, anyway, that's that. And just show what it looks like on the lamp for the fun of it. I just need a minute to switch over. Yeah, so there's the same exact thing. Same bare chip, only with this matrix stuck inside of there, wrapped around the cylinder. Makes it look kind of cool. And let's just cycle some patterns here. Yeah. So it's kind of fun, and I'm going to keep working on it, and probably I think I have like 10 more of these to port, and hopefully I can get them to all fit in the amount of RAM and flash available. I think the flash will be no problem. And and then the next step, I think, will be just making a little board to put the chip onto and sit inside of here, and I will be done with this project and ready to move on to some other pointless thing. So that's all. Bye.